All right, with more on this, let's bring in Florida Congresswoman and member of the House Agriculture Committee, Kat Cammack. Kat, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. So, listen, let's talk about farmers. Again, I'm from Wisconsin, where, again, they're the backbone of Wisconsin, but they're the backbone of America. And there's more regulation. There's more rules. There's higher fuel costs, higher input costs, and they're getting hit 6 ways to Sunday. What can we do, you in the House, the Senate, along with a potential President Trump, to fix this problem and this pain our farmers are feeling?
Well, I agree wholeheartedly with everything you just said, Sean, and it's true. Our producers are absolutely getting hit every which way. We now, in the last 2 years, will see the largest decline in farm income in American history. And you can thank the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden regime for this and the economic wasteland that they have created with basically taking our energy industry and disseminating it. And then we know that everything that is the basis of that energy economy, it has gone up. So fertilizer, all input costs, labor, all of it has gone through the roof, and that has made it virtually impossible to make a living in agriculture today. Our family farms are totally under assault. Just a couple weeks ago, we passed a bill that would prohibit China from being able to purchase our farmland. In my district alone, we saw 1,400 acres being sold to a Chinese company, and thanks to local zoning, they were able to stop it. But this is just one more reason why we need a farm bill that actually protects our farmers.
It is absolutely amazing that this is still going on in this country. And that nobody's put a stop to it. But let's talk about this, too, because during that roundtable with the farmers, former President Trump called out John Deere for shifting manufacturing to Mexico. Listen to this.
I just noticed behind me John Deere tractors. I know a lot about John Deere. I love the company. But as you know, they've announced a few days ago that they're going to move a lot of their manufacturing business to Mexico. I'm just notifying John Deere right now. If you do that, we're putting a 200% tariff on everything that you want to sell into the United States.
So on one hand, I understand what former President Trump is saying. We're going to punish you if you do that. You can't go. But if you talk to John Deere, they would tell you it's become increasingly harder to do business here, and that is why they want to go. If they can just hold out a little longer, it might be okay. But that's the problem. Businesses can't make money here.
That's right. And we don't know a single candidate in this race that is more pro-America, America first, than Donald J. Trump. He wants to onshore and nearshore as much manufacturing as possible. And of course, let us not forget that it is Kamala Harris who wants to see the Trump Tax Cuts and Jobs Act disappear, which would increase taxes on every American family, but it would also increase the corporate tax rate. They want to increase the rate on capital gains and go after unrealized capital gains, which is absurd. So the policies of the Biden-Harris administration, that regime, it's not a business-friendly environment. It's going to make things more expensive. More companies are going to flee the country because we will not be competitive. So Donald Trump is trying to make America competitive once again, and that is really what he's getting to in the essence of his comments there.
And Ken, I think it's important to point out, it's not the salary differential, right? You'll pay American workers more than you'll pay Mexican workers. That's not the problem. I think we have a more productive workforce, a better workforce, so you can pay them more. The problem is the rules, the regulations, the taxes that Jackie was just talking about that makes America uncompetitive. So again, if you can streamline the taxes and the regulation, make this a good home for investment in manufacturing, then our workers can make the great salaries. But if you hit these businesses 6 ways to Sunday, they leave, which is what they've done under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Absolutely, Sean. Absolutely. And when you think about the administrative state, these unelected, nameless, faceless bureaucrats that dwell in basements all over Washington, these are the people who are putting $2 trillion worth of regulations on our backs, which is why Senator Rand Paul and I introduced the REINS Act, which actually reigns in the administrative state, puts the power back into the people's house, the people's representatives, and that will save, just in Florida alone, Florida families $15,000 a year. Some in other states will have more savings. And Donald Trump, he is all about the effort to get these bureaucrats out of the way. Because you're right, the regulations are absolutely stifling business. We want to help facilitate economic progress, not debilitate it. And that's what these regulations do.
Hey, Kat, we've been trying to get the REINS Act done for over 10 years. And I do hope that if you have the House and the Senate and a Republican president, that is one of the first things on the docket.
Yeah.
Again, roll back some of these
Absolutely.
regulations, take power back to the Congress. Cammack, always good to see you. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.